got now, go now, get 'em. They never see me coming, ooh, but now I'm running the show. It's so crazy, but we really gotta get it where you fit in the show. Come on, let's go. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Everybody's got a little show, girl, you know. Show me what you got now, go girl, get 'em. Never see me coming, ooh, but now I'm running the show. Gentlemen, calls, pick me up and I'm ready to go. Come on, let's 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 go. Everybody's got a little show, girl, in 'em. Come on, girl, show me what you got now, go now, get 'em. They never see me coming, ooh, but now I'm running the show. It's so crazy, but we really gotta get it where you fit in the show. Everybody's got a little show, girl, you know. Show me what you got now, go girl, get 'em. Never see me coming, ooh, but now I'm running the show. Gentlemen, calls, pick me up and I'm ready to go. Everybody's got a little show, girl, you know. Show me what you got now, go girl, get 'em. Never see me coming, ooh, but now I'm running the show. Gentlemen, calls, pick me up and I'm ready to go. Come on, let's 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 go. Come on, let's
Sometimes we're looking for the more, but we just don't know what the more is. And then we come to play with me. 3 words, like me, play, toys, fun, games, cheekiness, with, intimacy, connection, relationships, and finally me. It starts with self, and that is something that Play With Me stands for. Play With Me is a place where you have an experience of all of those things. One complete cycle. You're welcome to pop in at our shop at the Gantry in Fourways, or find us at www.playwithme.co.za. If you're looking for that more, please get in touch.
Good day, I'm Jean-Marie van Graan, also known as Lola Debbie, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Lotus Love, your ultimate destination in relationship, intimacy, and wellness coaching. As a wellness, relationship, and intimacy associated counselor, I'm passionate about helping individuals and couples navigate the complexities of modern relationships. Through personalized coaching sessions, I empower my clients to embrace love, intimacy, and connections in all its forms. Whether you're exploring ethical non-monogamy, navigating post-divorce life, or preparing for the dating scene, I'm here to support you. My coaching approach is holistic, compassionate, and tailored to your unique needs and goals. Together, we'll uncover your strengths, address the challenges, and create a path towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation? Book a consultation with me today, and let Lotus Love be your guide to fulfillment in relationship and life. Your path to a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life and relationship can start with me here today.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or that of the program, its presenters, hosts, directors, or other team members.
This show is intended for audiences aged 23 and older. This production and its digital copies contain content of an adult nature. If you are easily offended or are under the age of 18, this show is not intended for you. The posts, pages, and recordings within are intended for adults only and may include descriptions of scenes of sexual content, suggestive opinions, detailed discussions, and graphic topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Passionate pollies and sultry swingers. It's time for Lola's Lifestyle Lectures on your favorite seduction station, Lust FM, for the lustful listeners.
Good evening, lustfuls. Welcome to episode 5 in season 2 of Lola's Lifestyle Lectures, your favorite nighttime talk focused on education and guidance and to help you navigate swinging and ethical non-monogamy. I'd like to start off by, as usual, mentioning our association endorsement site, Zenites. The Zenites website has combined socials, events, parties, and workshops for all walks of life and like-minded individuals. Zenites is a quality South African community of unique, fun, uninhibited people who enjoy life to the fullest, who are into casual dating, social networking, open relationships, and alternative lifestyles. With an extensive amount of social platforms for us adults to connect on, Zenites makes finding these quality connections easy, affordable, and accessible. If you'd like to join the Zenites community, head on over to www.znites.com and explore countless possibilities. Then, of course, our endorsement site, the COF, Lola's favorite friends at the Council of Fantasy. The COF is a lifestyle-oriented community catering for BDSM lifestylers and everybody that wants to learn a little bit more about being sex positive. We host events in all spectrums in a safe, sane, and consensual way. We're all-inclusive, and the only shame we shame is shame itself. One of the main focuses of the COF is education, and not just in BDSM, but in sex positivity, lifestyle, and all of the somewhere in betweens, right? And you guys can find us at www.counciloffantasy.co.za, or you guys can visit Lola's website at www.lelustfm. Yes, Le Lovelies, that's a double L. www.lelustfm.live. Find the link to the WhatsApp community on the home page. Right at the bottom, you'll see a little WhatsApp icon. Click on that icon and come and join the community. Your Lola Blakely production moderators for this evening are Miss Muffet, Mr. Axel, and then, of course, our whip-cracking production manager, Medusa, is here with us this evening. So if you guys see them in the chat, say hi. They're here to engage with our listeners and keep us safe during the airing. Feel free to ask them questions or send them a wave. My co-host this evening is half of the fabulous duo, my favorite friends, Twosome for Fun. Miss Debbie is here with us this evening. Hi, Debbie. It's always great to have you here with us. How are you doing?
Hello, beautiful Lola. I am happy to be here as always.
Oh, I've missed your face. You know that.
I've missed you too.
You're lying though,
We
because
haven't seen each other in so long.
we
Can't see each
haven't.
other on video call.
Yes, we only see each other on air. It's not fair. I just want to hug you.
I want to hug you back.
Have you had a good week so far?
It's been a short but hectic week, and today wasn't fun with standing in the queue to vote. But yeah, here we
Yes.
are.
So for the international listeners, today is voting day. I know the US voting day is coming up, but today is voting day in SAFA, right? South Africans are voting today. Did you go and vote, Debbie?
I did.
Oh, well done. Look at you. Like doing
did.
your civil duty.
I
Don't
did
ask
my
Lola.
part.
Okay,
I'm
let's
not
not
going to
go
ask
there.
you because I don't want to hear your answer, Lola.
Listen, I was prepping for the show. That's all I'm going to
sure.
say.
Sure.
You're sure. So, Debbie, are you ready for tonight? Because tonight's going to be an interesting one. I mean, we've got
I'm
two handsome
ready.
guys on air with us. It's going to
Yes.
be a fun time,
It is.
right?
Let's do this.
So, tonight's episode 4 of season 2 is entitled From Basic to Blue Ribbon Bull. So, we called it Blue Ribbon Bull because I don't know if guys know, but normally if you get these bull, like the Bull Awards, right, you get those blue ribbon okies that you like pin the ribbon on the bull. Anyway, so if you're a fancy bull, then you win. So this is from basic bull to like a fancy bull. Okay, we're joined by not one but 2 bulls this evening, which is actually quite kind of fabulous. Mr. Rob and Mr. Fox are here with us this evening. Rob has been in the lifestyle for 6 to 7 years, with 5 years as playing as a single gent. The last year and a half he's been part of a stag vixen setup. And then who is the Fox? The Fox is a 37-year-old long-time swinger. He's been in the lifestyle for 18 years. He's from Johannesburg, son of a cattle farmer, so maybe he was destined to be a bull, apparently. This is quite cool. He enjoys helping others fulfill their lifestyle fantasies, in particular hot wife and stag and vixen plays. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us this evening. Fox, you are still muted.
Yeah, I'm
and
back in. I
we're
was
struggling
waiting for you to finish your intro, so
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I see we have lost Rob on video call.
yeah.
Debs, can we maybe try and add him again while we quickly say hi?
Hi, Lola. Hi, everybody. Welcome to all the listeners.
Hi,
Good to be here.
hi Rob. Thank you so much for joining us. Look, you guys are part of a very unique little cult, right? It's these bull cults. So I find it very interesting because I know, like on the ad, it also said the bulls tend to have quite the bad reputation when it comes to the lifestyle. Rob, I'm going to go to you. Why do you think bulls have a bad reputation in the lifestyle?
Well, Lola, I think it can be a myriad of things, really. I think, but it basically comes down to potentially, sort of the non-respect shown for the couple dynamic and understanding, that they are a couple or they are married, they have another life, and I think sometimes the bull gets a little bit ahead of himself and starts to insinuate that everything is on and it's free on the plate, but the special thing is the husband or the partner is actually sharing his wife, in the scenario. So I think a lot of the guys tend to lose track of actually what it's all about in the lifestyle.
Yeah, so sorry to join in. Yeah, I would also agree with that. Sometimes you get the guys would come in and they would try, and then they try to take over the relationship. And then also they'll just make, I don't know, I shouldn't try to be derogatory, but on the one side there's someone with a very similar name to what I'm going to say, but like I call him a stigma bullshitter because he just goes and joins and comments on couples about what they're doing, and it's just that disrespect. Like I think that's also what some bulls just automatically assume the couples are into cuckolding, which is one of the things I'm not actually a fan of because of the negative aspects and play regarding that. I prefer positive play, which is the hot wife and the vixen couple. I don't know. Anyway,
What is the
carry on
difference?
talking.
What is the
Lola?
what is the difference between your cuckolding and what is the difference between the two that you just mentioned?
Okay, so the difference between the three scenarios. So my favorite one is a hot wife play. So generally, or one of the scenarios is you'll meet up. You'll arrange it all beforehand on whatever swinging site we're on, and we'll say, okay, she's going to be at this bar. Sometimes you know what she looks like, sometimes you don't. Sometimes she'll say she's just wearing a red dress. She'll be at the bar. Go look for her, and you go hit on her, and try what you would do as if you were a single guy, as you are, and she's a single woman, and you're there to flirt and make her feel attractive and desired, and you take it from there. The other play is Vixen and Stag again, similar, then that the husband can be with at this time. And you again, either that or then you'll go back to their place and you play nicely. Whereas the cuckolding is a very ancient thing where it was where often it was like some wealthy guy and stuff, and he had all these beautiful young wives, but he would then be degraded and say, like, he's this old man. How can he, be pleasuring a wife, and he'd be put in the corner and he'd be insulted and mocked, and it's just, I think it's just no, yeah, it's not for me.
It is for
So
some people, but it's not for you. Yes.
no. So that's my opinion,
Okay,
and I don't know.
So Debbie, I mean, we all know, you've been living as a swinger quite successfully for quite some time, and I know that you and Mr. Twosome went through a stage where he actually also had a hall pass, right?
Yes.
So you let him have a hall pass. Let's talk about the female aspect, because I think there might be a lot of bulls that are married in the lifestyle, right? So firstly, I want to mention, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rob and Fox. I know we're having some technical difficulties, so if the viewers can just bear with us, but so Rob and Fox. Okay, what was I going to say now? Because I'm seeing all of these messages pop up. Can't hear you. Okay. So, a lot of our guys are married, but here's the thing, and I want to mention this to the viewer or to the listeners ahead of time. If you guys are married, if the guys are married and they are not playing with consent, this would mean you are cheating. Okay.
Yes.
So there's a big difference. So if you're married and you're playing without consent, that's cheating. We do not promote, nor do we encourage, nor do we support cheating in ethical non-monogamy. We advocate for consensual non-monogamy. So ethical is consensual, non-ethically and consensually non-monogamous couples. So you gave James a hall pass because you were obviously busy with work and stuff. So you gave James a hall pass. Let's talk from a female aspect, because there are a lot of bulls that play in the lifestyle that are married, that have wives at home. Okay, and I'm going to ask the bulls if they want to join in, if either of them are married, if they want to join in after. But I want to hear from a female aspect. What are the trials and tribulations, and what are the the struggles that go apart with it?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, I went through a phase where I was very busy and there was just no time for us in the lifestyle. So I gave James a hall pass and I said to him, while I'm going to be very busy this next few months, you can go and meet up with couples or single ladies. He had his own Twitter account, and he made contact with a lot of people, met up with quite a few couples and had lots of fun. I don't know exactly how it works in other people's relationships, but with us, I was always aware of where he is, who he's chatting to. He would often show me the chats or show me the photos that the ladies would send him. I knew every time he was meeting up with a couple or with a single girl. And yeah, we would always end up chatting about it afterwards. He would tell me all the nice details. Some of the couples even allowed him to take some sexy photos to show me. And yeah, that was nice and exciting for our relationship during the time that I could not participate.
Was it difficult at any time to have your partner go out and have intercourse with other peoples when you aren't around? Was it at any time difficult for you?
Not at all, not at all. Because I mean, um, I just didn't have the time, and
Mm,
he was enjoying himself and he was sharing it with me. It's not like
mm,
it's actually as if I was part of the fun, because I would hear about it afterwards, and we would
mm,
also have amazing sex while he's telling me about these excursions that he's had and the excitement that he had. And yeah, even the chats afterwards where the ladies would contact and say that they had fun, or the husband would contact and say, it was so awesome to see his wife being pleasured and she had a great time, and they would even send photos. So yeah, it was an
mm,
amazing experience for us. It's not something that we do all the time, because we are actually a swingers couple that normally do everything together. So,
mm,
but I mean, when one of us travel for work, we sometimes do give each other a hall pass, and
mm.
that was just over a few months. Great
That's
fun.
quite interesting. Great fun. So, Rob, I don't know if you'd like to go ahead and next and share whether you are in a relationship. I think you have said you are in a relationship now, Stag and Vixen relationship, and how has it infiltrated your current relationship? Will you ever be playing as a bull again? How did you get? Let's start from the beginning first. How did you get to be a bull right in the beginning when you started, Rob?
It was a curiosity, I think, for the lifestyle that started.
Mm,
Sort of married at the time, or being separated. Um, there was that interest, that piquing interest. I'd heard from, as things are on social media all over the place, and it was very interesting for me. But how I got into it was actually completely by accident. I mean, I was in a typical environment in a bar. Funny enough, down in Durban, and I was approached by a married woman to come and have a drink with her, and I was with my mates, and sort of, how it goes, a little bit of an elbow here, this and that, and I really didn't go at first. I thought, what's going on here, kind of thing. And anyway, as the evening went on, I met her husband, at the bar, and we were having a drink and so on, and it was actually ended up, how can I say, a couple of drinks. Nothing happened that night. We sort of stayed in contact. They were new to the scene, also sort of exploring. So maybe it was sort of peas in a pod, if you will, around
mm,
their experience, mine. We really didn't know what we were doing, to be honest. In the beginning,
mm,
very, very slow, nervous as it goes. And it sort of progressed then into what I then led to understand was a single male bull scenario, where you've got
mm,
a married couple secure in their relationship, looking for a friendship, but also looking for a little bit of spice. And I think we taught each other a lot about how we treat each other, as a couple, in the respect show. After a meeting, sort of, and this is my rule in as a single guy, as a bull, never ever would I contact the wife or the partner in a direct message or that kind of thing. It was always friendship or a contact with a husband or partner for a
I
large
love
portion.
that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love, love, love that. I think that's so important. Wouldn't you say, Debbie? I think this is something that a lot of people might overlook. It's not, you aren't going to have a relationship with this person. Swinging isn't about having a relationship. Swinging is about cutting ties after sex or
Yes.
ice or otherwise having a friendship. But there's no relationship involved. This is not poly. Right, Debs?
Absolutely. And that's also why James and I don't use our private phone numbers. We have what we
Yes.
call a naughty number, and we both have access to that phone, and all chatting is on there. It has happened in the past, and I know of several couples that went through this where some of the single gentleman actually tries and arrange dates with the wives without their partners knowing. So they try and
They
make it
overstep.
more than what it should be.
Yeah,
This is
that's
exactly why they've got to.
And
That's
that often causes a lot of problems, because this is not about the guy. It's not about
Yeah,
them. This is about a
it's about
wife
the
having
couple.
fun with her husband's
100%.
consent.
yeah. That's what I
Fox,
was
you?
saying earlier with some of the single guys. That's their biggest problem is they try to infiltrate into the relationships, or because they find the woman so attractive, they want the relationship with a woman. So it's it's not that. That's where they get. I think we get the bad rap from is from guys like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for sure. You've got to understand that they're a couple first, and rightly so. You're invited into their space to enjoy, and for the wife or the partner to be pleasured, and both fantasies, and you get out of it as well. As a bull or a
Yeah,
single
of
guy, you
course.
do. But the faux pas is definitely, no contact. Obviously, the friendship. What I've always believed, when I started exploring furthering on, was that you can have a friendship. You know,
Absolutely,
like I
yeah.
said, that first couple that I did met, and my partner today. I mean, we've spoken about it, and she knows about the friendship of this couple that has been developed over the years. It's even invited to their birthday party. As a
Oh,
vanilla
that's
guy,
fabulous.
but sneaky, sort of, like the side piece, if you will, in
Yeah.
in a manner of speaking, But that's how comfortable, and that's what I enjoyed about meeting people and couples and exploring that, side of the single guy being a bull. It wasn't sort of to be quite crass. It wasn't sort of a smash and move on for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. So also, I think what a lot of people fail to realize, especially the single guys, and Fox, you can back me on this, we aren't becoming swingers, and swingers sites are they? It's not a dating site, right? It's not a dating site. You're not going to go on there looking for love. I mean, a lot of people have, yes, a lot of people have
Yeah.
found love on a swinger site, but it's not. You shouldn't. That's not how it should be approached. Fox.
Yeah, no, I actually weirdly enough broke my rule with that. Like I just came out of a 3 month, which almost relationship, situationship, and so yeah, because normally I don't, but then that was with a single girl, so that's why I normally prefer hot wives
Different
because I
story.
don't
Yeah.
want that relationship. I'm looking, we have fun. What I was going to add with the previous point is like with one of my vixen and stag couples, they only will play together in the room when they're both in the room. So like I've been to them places before, and like he went to go get a cold drink. We stopped playing. We stopped what we were doing. We came and we sat, we chatted, and we waited for him to come back to the room. It's not this like it's none of this. Oh, we're going to fool around while he's out the room, do something like he might not like it or something. There's a respect. He needs that respect. That I was there as part of their fantasy and thing. So it's a lot of the guys just don't do that, and they'll push their
Don't get
luck
it.
like they would do it, and then it just ruins it. And again, also I'm like Rob, that we like I see that couple at like vanilla events, and you greet like normal and carry on, but no one else knows what we're doing. at night.
Debs, have you got a question for the guys before we go to commercial break?
I don't have a question right now, but I would like, because we've brought up the fact that one of the reasons why the guys have a bad reputation is that they overstep their boundaries. But after the break, I would like to bring up the fact, I want us to discuss the fact that most of the guys are so unreliable, which is why James and I have sort of given up on the single guys.
Yes. We got to chat about that. And here's the thing. And I spoke to one of the production manager just the other day when we were discussing this episode. I think a lot of the issues is, and that's what I want to clarify very, very clearly this evening. It's because those people are mostly not consensually in a non-monogamous relationship. It's not consensual. Their wives, their spouses most probably do not know about it, and this is why they end up being unreliable. But this is just my opinion. I could be very wrong. That's why we've got two bulls here this evening that can tell us all about that. But let's go to a slight commercial break. We're going to be about 10 to 12 minutes. Listen, Lustfuls, it's voting day here in Sappho. We've had a lot of fun. I hope nobody went drinking and voting. I mean, if Lola, you didn't go and vote and you were drinking all day. I'm kidding. But this evening we are discussing going from basing to blue ribbon bull with my girl Debbie. And we're having lots of fun. We've got two handsome bulls with us on air this evening, and we are going to learn, or we're going to hopefully teach all of the young and aspiring bulls how to go about being successful in the swingers community, because people shun bulls like nobody's business, and there's a reason for it. Come listen and learn when we come back after the commercial break. See y'all Lustfuls later.
You gotta be jumping jack. Jump on in, jumping. When you hit the dance floor, you gotta be jumping jack. Jump on in, jumping. Like a wild train rolling right off your track. Whoa, whoa, you just can't stop like it. Like a wild train rolling right off your track. Whoa, whoa, watch it, watch it. I said said skip it on did don't skid on bim bang. Skid it on did don't skid on bow. Zero one down two down skid on bim bang. Six got down two down skid on bow. When you hit the dance floor, you gotta be jumping jack.
Jump on it, jump,
When you hit the dance floor, you gotta be jumping jack.
Jump on it, jump,
Like a wild train, roll right off your track.
Whoa, whoa, you just can't stop
Like
it.
a wild train, roll right off your track.
Whoa, whoa, watch it, watch
Yeah.
it.
Good day, I'm Jean-Marie van Graan, also known as Lola Debbie, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Lotus Love, your ultimate destination in relationship, intimacy, and wellness coaching. As a wellness, relationship, and intimacy associated counselor, I'm passionate about helping individuals and couples navigate the complexities of modern relationships. Through personalized coaching sessions, I empower my clients to embrace love, intimacy, and connections in all its forms. Whether you're exploring ethical non-monogamy, navigating post-divorce life, or preparing for the dating scene, I'm here to support you. My coaching approach is holistic, compassionate, and tailored to your unique needs and goals. Together, we'll uncover your strengths, address the challenges, and create a path towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation? Book a consultation with me today and let Lotus Love be your guide to fulfillment in relationship and life. Your path to a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life and relationship can start with me here today.
Sometimes we're looking for the more, but we just don't know what the more is. And then we come to play with me. 3 words, like me. Play, toys, fun, games, cheekiness, with, intimacy, connection, relationships, and finally me. It starts with self, and that is something that Play With Me stands for. Play With Me is a place where you have an experience of all of those things. One complete cycle. You're welcome to pop in at our shop at the Gantry in Fourways, or find us at www.playwithme.co.za. If you're looking for that more, please get in touch.
We can fight our desires. But when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we just. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotions. What are feelings without emotions? I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Oh, I'm hoping you understand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my hand. And now let go of my I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill.
Man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, that song gets me every time. Welcome back, lusty listeners, to the 5th episode in season 2 of Lifestyle Lectures. Tonight I'm co-hosted by my girl Debbie. Hi Debs, welcome back. Did you enjoy your commercial break there?
I did, thank you, Miss Lola. I did.
You did a little bit. Good. Did you refill your drink? Are you drinking this evening, or are you having water with Lola?
I'm having water.
Oh, cheers.
School night. School night.
It's a school night. So before the break, we introduced 2 fabulous bulls this evening. And I mean, we're very lucky to have 2 reliable bulls on air this evening. Can you believe they actually made it? Debbie? We're joined this evening
Do you want my
by
opinion
Rob.
on that?
We're going to get to it now. We are joined this evening by 2 bulls for this episode titled From Basic to Blue Ribbon Bull. We have Rob, who's been in the lifestyle for 6 to 7 years, with 5 years playing as a single gent. The last year and a half, he's been part of a stag vixen relationship setup. And then the Fox. Mr. Fox is a 37-year-old long-time swinger. He's been in the lifestyle for about 18 years, and he's from Johannesburg, South Africa. He's a son of a cattle farmer, so maybe he was destined to be a bull. He enjoys helping others fulfill their lifestyle fantasies, and in particular hot half stag and vixen plays. Welcome back, guys. I just want to say quickly, right, I tend to call young bulls that are like entering the lifestyle, I tend to call them calfies, because that's what a young bull is, right? So for all the calfies out there, I mean, this episode is for you guys, right?
But
So
just
Debbie,
remember,
before the break,
they're not always young when they start in the lifestyle.
this is true. This is true. I
They're just
see
inexperienced.
Jay. I see Jay is on air this evening. Jay is one of our new moderators. Good evening, Jay. So now you can actually hear what the show is all about. Welcome. Yes, they're not always young when they start off. You're very right. And I mean, a lot of them start off maybe when they get divorced, right?
Yes.
Then they can start over in the lifestyle. So before the break, Debs, you were saying that one of your biggest pet peeves would be the bulls that actually are unreliable. Tell us a little bit about your experience with bulls.
Absolutely. Man, it goes from you chat to them on WhatsApp, and then there's like a week in between them replying to you. And I mean, like, what the actual hell? I mean, you're never going to get to know somebody or set up anything if there is no communication. I get it. People are busy. I absolutely get it. But it can't take you a week to respond to a question that we've asked, or we're trying to
Absolutely.
set up a date, and then it takes you a week, and then you like answer, and then we don't hear from you for 2 weeks. That just doesn't work. I mean, we are not chatters. We are not chatting on WhatsApp every day. That's not what we into. But you can't set up dates or get to know somebody if there is no communication flow. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, I mean, we work, we are so busy during the day. We don't have time to chat to you during the day. So, and I explained, we have what we call a naughty phone at home,
A naughty
and
phone.
we normally speak to people, together when we're at home. So if you are a cheater, like you mentioned before, and you're in a relationship and trying to do this behind your partner's back, you can't always speak to us in the evenings or on weekends even. And that huge red flags. But my biggest problem is that we often set up, because we normally set up a coffee date with singles, with couples, whoever. We always set up a coffee or a drinks date beforehand to get to know them, to see, are there synergies, are there sexual chemistry? And the amount of times that we've gone to a restaurant and sat and waited for a single guy to show up, and they just a no-show. They don't excuse themselves. They don't let you know that they're not going to be there.
Wow.
They just don't show up. So it got so bad that we actually now, if we do occasionally now speak to single guys, we would ask them to meet us at a restaurant 2 kilometers from our house, and we will say to them, when you get there, let us know, and then we only
Let us
leave
know.
home, because I'm not going to get
Wow,
dressed and
what this has
go to a
amounted to.
restaurant and they don't show up. It's apart from the fact that it's just so off, it makes me feel bad. I mean, it makes it's a letdown to
That's
me.
the thing,
I'm
right?
looking forward to this. I am excited about this, and then you sit there and wait, and they don't show up. And some of them have the most ridiculous excuses afterwards. Oh no, my phone got stolen, but they contact you the next morning to say, oh, my phone got stolen. Or I got hijacked, or my granny got sick, or my dog died. Don't make up a cock excuse. Just say, sorry, I couldn't make it, or whatever. But don't.
Sorry, my wife came home.
Maybe.
Call a spade a spade. Guys, let's call a
Exactly.
spade a spade. Fox, why do you think a lot of people, or a lot of young aspiring bulls, tend to be no-shows? And why do you think they take 2 weeks to reply? Let's not assume that they're all married, okay, and cheating. Let me play devil's advocate here. What do you think the reason for it is, Fox?
Well, I was going to say also, yeah, a lot of the times it was the marriage thing, but I think a lot of them also sometimes get cold feet. It is slightly more intimidating. The numbers are against you because now it's two, you're meeting a couple. So it's, so it's a lot of cold feet that you get. I've had it also, though, cold feet with the couples. So, I've rocked up to places and they've not shown up. And you're like, okay, where are you? Well, we changed our mind. Fair enough. What happens? It happens. So what? But I've hated that making excuses. It always feels bad. I've gone through. It's only happened once or twice where I've gone through. We actually were meeting at a club. I was meeting this couple at a club, and we were chatting. And then I got a message that someone in my family's not well. They're going to hospital. I'm like, I felt like so bad. Like you think it's just you making an excuse, and I'm like, look, trust me, it's not an excuse. It's like I was there already, and so, but I had to leave, and I could just see the looks I got as I was leaving, and but
at least they did let you know. It's the ones that don't even communicate with you, they don't cancel the date with you, that is the ones that really grinds my gears. Because you can at
Well,
least have the manners to say, sorry, I can't make it. You don't even have to tell me why. Just say, sorry, I can't make it. Can we postpone? That's it.
yeah, it's a communication thing, and if you can't communicate, what are you doing?
You shouldn't be a swinger.
Yeah, and the other thing is that what I've experienced and what I hate, and one of my no-nos, I'm sorry, maybe I'm bringing it up too early, is that people need to be sober. And so I found a lot
Absolutely.
of the couples, they need like a Dutch courage, and they have to have a drink. And yeah, I've had so many bad experiences with like couples who like, okay, so I got to the place and they were like, okay, we're gonna have fun. Will you just shower first? Like, yeah, it's great, shower. You want to be clean and hygienic. Getting out the shower, I see she's taking a line of Coke, and now she's freaking out. And I'm like, no, sorry. Get dressed. I'm like, no,
This is
not for
not
me.
okay.
No.
Absolutely.
So
But
this
then-
is something that we gotta touch on. But before we go with that, let's just stick to the current topic. I'm gonna go to Rob quickly, and I want to find out because Fox, you mentioned something now before we go into the cyber thing, because that's something that we do need to cover. But you mentioned something, Fox, and you said you've had couples that get cold feet. So now I want to find out from Rob, right? Do you think a lot of the couples, and here's the thing, because we've discussed this before, Debbie, on episodes where I've interviewed you and James, even sometimes a lot of the couples that are portrayed as couples are not necessarily couples. It's like either a single lady portraying as a couple or it's a single man portraying as a couple. So now these couples are setting up these dates, okay, and they're not really who they say they are. So Rob, I want to find out from you, have you had any of these couples that actually flake on you last minute?
Look, I think you're going to get it, to be quite honest, and I'll come back to the point. I think the whole aspect of confidence, around who you are, your timekeeping, what you look like, do you look like the photo, that kind of thing comes into play. Sometimes around no shows, around that. There's nothing worse, obviously, than preparing and going out somewhere for no shows. But I really haven't experienced previously any sort of no shows. It was communicated early enough. In my world, that's respectful. Even if you are sitting or waiting, or it's an hour before the meet, that kind of thing. I have had sort of experiences where I would like to have a coffee or a drink or get to know people. Be honest, see who I am. I am who I am. That kind of thing. But I've had some horrific experiences where I've actually had a date or a coffee date or drinks, and the expectation is to bed his wife immediately. And I think that's something that sort of turns me off big time. Around that.
What do you mean by that? To bed the wife?
Well, I mean, let's say there's a connection or there's not a connection, and you politely made the date, you made the appointment, but things haven't really sort of worked out in terms of, mutual liking for one another. And
Oh yes, yes.
politely, you sort of said, no, thanks for the date, and then the husband will catch you in the parking lot and go, is there something wrong with my wife? What's the matter with me? I thought we were going to get this on. And you get some really
Oh
hardcore
wow.
couples
is
out there,
horrible.
and
That's
sort
an
of
issue for me because that's forceful, right? That's very, very forceful,
Yeah.
Debbie.
Yeah, so that's why James and I have, we have the standing rule that, and we tell couples and singles this: we're going to meet for a day, for a no obligations date, and we don't play
Yes.
on this same day that we meet.
Mm.
We want to go home and we want to discuss and make sure that everybody's on the same page, and then we will, arrange something for another date. But other people are not like that. They want the instant gratification, and it's horrible when you put somebody on the spot. And it's even more terrible if somebody doesn't want to accept the fact that it's a no from you. I mean, everybody has their preferences, and everybody has a right to decide that they are not into that single person or into that couple. So for somebody to turn around and make an issue of the fact that you said no, it's just plain wrong.
Yeah, and it's also some advice for the people that are not in the lifestyle, or the younger guys that haven't traveled the journey yet. And I consider it a journey because you do make friends, and you do have good connections, and that kind of thing. Is you can also turn around and not be comfortable and say it. It's no need to sort of progress with something that you don't want to do. That's where I think sometimes a lot of the scenarios arise around, bull flagging, and then in their community. And I mean, let's face it, we all have a lifestyle, we've got a life outside, but we've also got a reputation or a person or a personality in the lifestyle. And that can be
Yes.
also be tarnished by people saying other things that probably, or you flaked out on the date, or this and that and whatever. So, it's also being respectful to that side of people. That
Yep.
that you will go
I
on to
love
meet other
that.
couples, and it's such a small community sometimes that, and I know I'm maybe rambling a bit, but I've got, it sounds crass, but I've got referrals from other couples to meet this wonderful couple. Oh, it's been so great meeting you. Would you, would you like to meet this other couple, or can we set up a date together and whatever that kind of thing. So a bull or a single guy who has a good reputation in the industry, in the lifestyle, also protects that, because it is
Yes.
referral in a way, and
They come
ladies talk
recommended. Fuck,
Absolutely.
amazing.
People talk to each other. Exactly.
people talk to each other. The wives talk to each other. You may be friends, in the lifestyle as couples prior to that, and he has a good guy or girl, let's meet, or whatever. So there's that also to consider for the golfies.
I love that. I think that's very, very good and sound advice. As if you're going to be respectful, be a respectful bull, and have your boundaries and stick to your boundaries and stick to the couple's boundaries, then people are going to start referring you. And I mean, that's how you build up your reputation. Also, let's stay lucid. Like Fox was saying, let's remember the evening. Let's remember the excursion. Let's remember the fun that we've had, and let's build on it. Because otherwise, why are you even doing it if you're going to be forgetting it the next day? What's the point of having fun if you can't
Absolutely.
go ahead and think of it the next time you want to get jiggy with it?
Yeah. This should be exciting. You shouldn't
Yes.
you shouldn't need alcohol to make the evening exciting for you. You should be looking forward to it and enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Without all of the drugs and the alcohol.
The add-ons. Yeah.
And
So I see.
even sorry for interrupting, but
No, it's fine.
even James and I, even if we meet couples, we have a rule: if the people are not sober enough, we won't go ahead, because you also don't want to be accused the next day of doing stuff because they
Yes,
were
and that's
not
a
That's a big
real
one.
concern.
they were not
Very big
sober
one.
enough to realize what they said, asked for,
Mhm.
or allowed. So that is a big no-no for us. We won't allow that to happen.
So I see the psychotic hot wife. She was one of our guests on a previous episode with James and myself. I see she's said here on the Podbean app. So for all 2,400 live listeners, welcome guys. It's so great having you guys with us. It's lovely seeing the masses come out to learn about this episode. It really means a lot to us. The psychotic housewife says, and acknowledge the husband, not just the wife. How does that resonate with you, Fox? I mean, I know I've spoken to you a little bit before going on air, because you joined our community, the CIF community, and we got to talking there. So, how does that resonate with you? What does that mean to you? Acknowledge the husband and not just the wife.
Yeah, so I was dating a hot wife, and so it was just purely, I would communicate, I only communicated with a wife, but when we were on dates, the wife would give me her phone, and I would take some photos together and send to the husband, and I was fine to chat with him that way. It was all through her phone, so she had the photos. It was all her control, And, you know, I would chat to him while we were playing via voice call, you know, just something that he's involved. He might be, you know, somewhere else, like sitting off at a coffee shop with the kids, which he's having to like pretend to be a good vanilla dad. But, you know, yeah, so it is, you have to involve him. It's part of their fantasy. So the whole fantasy then was for them was that I would leave her smelling of another guy. So, you know, it's like, because normally afterwards you want to shower, and I'd invite her in, but she's like, no, it's her rule that she needs to still have my scent at the end. And even after my shower, that just drive me wild. And we went for another round just to enhance it again. And it's got to keep the husband happy, because that was it is to make him happy as well, not just pleasuring her physically. You're making him happy mentally, and then in their way, it was the hot wife is reclaimed by the husband. And
Yeah, I've
No, I
another,
mean, different people have different kinks.
Yeah,
Sorry
for
about that,
sure.
Rob. I was just adding there that the different people have different kinks, right? So whatever the couple's kink is, you're going to have to play into that. It's not about the bull in this case; it's about the couple. What did you want to add, Rob?
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with the Fox. I mean, it's a thing for every couple's dynamics, and that's why you're sort of there as well. And we've spoken about it before. But you know, the husband or the role that he plays, and I looked at it differently. You know, if I wasn't connecting with the husband, you know, guy to guy kind of thing, you know, or having a good conversation, whether it be around rugby or the interests or whatever was going, I think you lose the couple. You know, to be quite honest with you, you know, if you don't connect there
That makes a
first
lot of sense.
yeah, that also brings me to another, like with a stag couple, like you like if you like when the other thing is you'll chat to them and he'll say, look, that she likes you to rub behind her ear. It drives her wild. You need to have that type of dynamic also with them, and he'll tell you like her secrets of where to touch her, to her, what are her erogenous zones. Not, you know, so it does help to engage with the husband, because he knows his wife way better than you can from your however many meetings you've had.
Rob?
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, fully support that. I mean, the thing that I find it's two people that have been in union or been together for a period that are looking to experience something, and if you're not connecting with both, even on a social level, a couple of drinks, and not, we spoke about it, not messy around your drinks or whatever, but a couple of drinks, getting to know each other. The husband is part of that, you know, fully. I mean, you may end up being as a bull lucky enough to then join them, and I think if you're not connected with both, or you're not comfortable with both of them, the wife you'll have an attraction to for that moment, but the husband is critical if you want to be a decent guy and have a reputation and a bull, to bond with him a little bit, you know, even off the topic of the bedroom, if you want to call it that, is part of. I mean, if you're not acknowledging that part of that, then you're going to be a one night. That's about it.
The other thing I could now remember was one of my couples. Again, it's that couple who doesn't like to play when they're not in the room. Is like he liked to take photos, so that was also why he had to be in the room. He had to be in the room to take photos while we were playing, and so, but we were taking turns, and he would put his camera down. I'm like, well, if you want, I can also take photos. So that's what I would do to help their fantasy. Was I was taking photos of them from different angles and building
that's
on.
awesome.
Just to give him that, you know, now someone else, he's getting involved, and he is getting his own memories in the pictures, not just of his wife and the bull. He's out in the pictures, and it was all mixed in, and it's just fun that, you know, you have this chat. Okay, pass me the camera, you take over. You know, we'd swap around and we'd do different things. You got to. It's only way. Well, someone was saying, you know, you got to be able to laugh and have fun when you're having sex. You can't just be serious and to the point. So have a joke.
That's it. I love that one. You gotta be able to laugh while you're having sex. If you're not laughing, you're not doing it right, right?
Well,
That's
it depends on how
absolutely.
good the sex is. There might not be time for laughing.
Why that one calls for another applause. So, lustful listeners, before we end the episode, I'm going to ask both the guests and my fantastic girl, Debbie, if she's got anything to add before we end the show. Let's go to Rob. Rob, is there any advice that you would give new or young or aspiring bulls that want to be successful in the lifestyle, that want to go about this doing it right? Right? What advice would you be giving them?
I think there's a couple of things really. Be yourself. Be on time, be honest, be who you are in your photos you're sharing. The other thing that we haven't touched on here that I'd like to is, we're modern men, and if we expect the same kind of grooming standards and hygiene standards and certain things, we have to be as single guard bulls. We have to be. I'm not. We have to be pristine. We have to be groomed. We have to smell nice. We have to carry ourselves well. We have to be well spoken, not messy, not drunk. Keep your emotions out of it. That's got nothing to do with the journey, and it's a wonderful journey to go. And maybe just on a closing from my side here, Lola, is having been a bull and then having met somebody in the lifestyle, and being stag vixen. I mean, the feedback I get from my girlfriend and partner around, us inviting a single male to join us, or couples or what have you, adds to the extra dynamic, and it adds for greater experience, that we've experienced together. I can help and advise. Even she'll turn around and go, that's a nice looking guy there, and I can see the red flags. I can spot them. I'm a protector in a way from certain things. So it
I
lends
love
itself,
that.
it lends itself from my experiences into hers and ours combined. And we look for single males, and whoever would have thought, from where I was in the lifestyle, us being together, that now all of a sudden I'm the stag, so I can see the bullshit rubbish and that kind of thing, so it's actually quite amazing to experience that, and the lifestyle has a lot to offer people, from all over, whether you're in this side, there, what have you. It's awesome. It's not just a simple thing. It's complex in a way, but it's really not. But that's my advice. I mean, to the young guys out there, or guys that want to try it, that's what I would say. Hygiene, on time, show respect, communicate, and you'll probably end up enjoying your journey.
That is some good, absolutely amazing, sound and solid advice. Thank you very much. And that's spoken from the heart. I really, 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 truly love that. Thank you for that, Rob. Fox, any closing statements or advice from you for young and aspiring, or just aspiring bulls?
Well, so yeah, I think Rob covered most of it. The only other thing I was hoping is, like, I haven't seen the clubs, and like I know when I was back on Z Night, is that used to have social nights at the clubs. I don't know if they still do it anymore. And where is for the bulls to go in and meet people socially, just do it socially. Go to a club, go to a party, go to an event, but just socialize, and don't expect anything, and make contact with people, find out what they want. From there, you can then develop, a dynamic or relationship or some type of plans, and just take it slow. Don't rush in things. Don't pressurize them. That's the other thing. I think what guys do is they pressurize couples. You gotta fit into where the couples have their plans, and because I don't know what the ratio is actually, but like it's probably like 10 guys for one girl to, and maybe 3 couples. Like if you're not gonna be good, they can easily just move on to the next person. So it's just
Mm.
be true to yourself, be true to them, and be a gentleman. That's my advice. Is just that's what I like, to be a gentleman and treat with the couple with respect.
I love that too. That's also very, very sound advice. And Debbie, you can tell us more about, the clubs and the socials, because I mean, you guys host parties at Nexus. So tell us a bit more about the social meets there, Debs. Thank you for that, Fox. That was really, really good advice.
Yeah, Bella's previous club, she used to have socials on a Wednesday night where people could come, and it was more socializing than actual playing. But at
Mm.
Nexus, they don't have those evenings anymore,
Okay.
unfortunately.
But they've
Yeah,
got
those
daytime
socials would be
fun, don't
so
they?
much fun. They used to
Yeah,
have games nights, and it would be just chilled. You just hang out. You play like either a vanilla game, but slightly with a bit of a
twist.
naughty tinge, or it was very
Mm.
naughty games, and yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
it was just
just on
social,
that
and it was
one.
fun. And
Yeah. So socials, but if you get an opportunity to attend a swingers club, there, go with an open mind. Go there, to meet people. No expectations. Have fun. People will include you. If you're a decent fella, you'll get that. So I mean, you can also treat it's not always online. I find online, very sort of at times you
Impersonal.
can I'm very much around people and meeting them and seeing it from there. But go to a club. You'll probably enjoy it, but treat it as a social event. As a single bull, when I was out there, I mean, I frequent Amsterdam, and I would go and have a couple of drinks after, the Saturday, and leave there at 11. No issue, no problem. Off I go back home. So for me, it was also like an outing to see some friends and meet some people at the time.
Mm. That's again very, very good, sound solid advice. Debbie, any closing statements from you before we end?
Yeah. So from my side, I would just once again like to say to the guys, if you make arrangements, commit to them, stick to them. If you can't make a date, not the end of the world. Just send a message and say, sorry, I can't make it tonight. Can we reschedule? We have no problem with people doing that, but it's when you don't cancel and you're a no-show, that's a
The
problem.
no-shows.
yeah,
Another thing is, sometimes, especially and it happens with the more experienced guys as well, but especially the more inexperienced guys, sometimes the fantasy in their head is so big that on the evening, they are just so overwhelmed. And sometimes they have performance issues. And you know what? The biggest thing that they need to remember is that don't freak out about it. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the play date. You still have a mouth, you still have fingers. Ask her if she's got toys. You can still go ahead with the date and everybody can have amazing fun. She can still have fun with her husband if her husband is part of the thing. Um, that happens often, and the guys just completely just want to feel sorry for themselves and leave, but they can still make a successful evening of it.
well, I think
Yes, sorry.
no, sorry, I was going to say, like, that also could be what is sometimes is I might have seen is like with the no shows. It's not that they actually haven't showed up. They've actually shown up to. Sometimes they would have showed up to the restaurant, seen you sitting there, and then have second thoughts. But rather, if that does happen, walk over, say hi, sorry, I don't, and see you in person, and say, look, nice to meet you, but I don't find you attractive in person, and say it then.
Or I find you too attractive.
Yeah, that's also another problem. And that's I struggled with that.
I mean, have you
recently.
guys seen Debbie? I understand.
But
I understand. She even intimidates me, guys. So,
But you know what? I get what you're saying, but then they would message the next day and hope that we're going to set up another date after they just completely ignored us the
Wait.
previous time. So if they did show
Listen,
up at
fuckhead.
the
There's the
restaurant,
door.
why would they then try again the next day? So yeah,
Yeah, pal.
I don't know if that's really
well, no, I think this would be the ones that then ghost you, because then I've also had it where they just, people stop. And that's the other thing. Don't ghost people. Don't, say what you want. If you say things aren't working out, say it's not. Don't just stop messaging people, and follow social etiquette. And
Another thing
That's
that I
it.
want to bring up, that James also mentioned in the chat, um, and this is a little bit of an awkward thing to mention, but you know what, guys, have a decent shower before you come to a play date. Don't shower 3 hours before your play date and then expect everything to be nice and fresh and um, smelling good. And this is really awkward to say, but guys, and I'm talking from experience here. It's all good for you to wash the crown jewels, but wash your backside too, because sometimes there's some very funky smells coming from there. And yeah, so I
Yeah, I
do
saw James said,
I
scrub
do
your crack.
so
Top tip, scrub your
important.
crack.
And mentioning that because it's happened more than once. So yeah, and yeah, um, I just wish there's a way to weed out all the bad apples, but unfortunately we have to go through these things. And but yeah, I personally feel that some guys are cheaters, and they just think that, you know what, because people are on lifestyle, it's just easy free sex, and that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Yeah.
um,
It
as a
ain't,
as
yeah.
a guy, you actually have to work for for the opportunity to meet a couple. So don't think that it's easy and it's free, just because you're lonely and horny, or you're not getting it at home. Um, you're not going to get far in the lifestyle if that is
No.
what you think.
You'll get found out
Absolutely
eventually.
amazing. Thank you very much for that, Debbie. And on that note, lustful listeners, we need to end our show because we're already 10 minutes after the production manager. Medusa, it's not my fault. We've got great content this evening. You can't be cracking the whip on Lola's ass, okay? I'm sorry, I apologize in advance. But this is something we really needed to discuss. Thank you so much to tonight's guest, Rob and Fox. Thank you guys for being willing to come and share your experiences, to share your knowledge, and just come and share some advice, some good, sound, solid advice with our listeners this evening. I cannot thank the two of you enough for taking times out of your day, out of your evening to come and share with us. Thank you guys very much.
Pleasure. No
thanks for
problem.
having us. It's always
Yeah.
good.
Great. Okay, lustful listeners, what is to come in the Lola Blakely production series this week? On Friday night, lustful listeners, it's Lola's Lessons with my girl Calms, and we are going to have a blast with Date Night Delight. Yes, babies, we are boxing up a date night, and we're unboxing the shit that unravels and how we get from date night to bedroom in 3 easy steps. Well, I think there's 3 steps. I can't remember. I didn't read the notes. But come and discover this with Lola on Friday night. That's Friday night, 9 p.m. Same time, same places every week on Podbean or any other platforms that you guys are listening on. Okay. Saturday night, we've got Mr. Jerry Pulser again. He was on Lola's Lessons on Friday night. He's joining us again on Kinky Classes this Saturday evening because he's going to be talking about his his BDSM, his 3-part BDSM novel. You guys don't want to miss that. It's going to be an absolute amazing episode. Then next week on Lifestyle Lectures, the other half of the fantastic duo, Twosome for Fun, Mr. James, Debbie's partner, will be joining us so that we can discuss what's next week's episode. The unicorn one. There we go. So that's why you guys had it like this, so that you can do the bulls and you can do the unicorn. Okay, now I got it. It took me a while. Anyway, James will be on air with me next week, Wednesday, same time, same place, so that we can do the manifest to mastering unicorn mystery. Goodness, whoever comes up with these show titles, I don't know, they should be fired. That would be me. Listen, guys, we love the lot of you. It's been a great episode. It's been a great evening. Debs, have you had fun?
No, you're still
Debbie,
muted,
you muted.
Deb. Deb, you
Are
muted.
you still muted?
Sorry.
No, still muted. There we go. Good.
It's also nice for me to hear from, the guy side. So, yeah, that was awesome. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
This is a great episode. Thank you to all the chatter on the Podbean app. Look, guys, I know there's like 2,400 of you lustful listeners listening out there. You guys are more than welcome to come and join us on Podbean and come and engage in the chatter itself. It's going to be a wonderful season, the rest of the season. We're almost halfway through. I mean, no, we are halfway through. This is halfway through the first half of Lifestyle Lectures. And so far, it's been a blast. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, there is catch up on my website. That's www.lelustfm.live. Otherwise, you guys can just head on over to my page on Podbean and you guys can find all three of the shows on there. And I mean, there's over 80 episodes from season 1 up until now. So you got a lot of catching up to do. Go listen, go learn, be sex positive, be body positive. And let's just enhance our intimate relationships, whether you be monogamous or non-monogamous. We're all for it. We just want you guys to be having happy sex. To all of you lustful listeners, thank you so much for an amazing evening, for an amazing episode. Thank you for spending time with us, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place. But until then, good night, lustfuls.
We can fight our desires. But when we start making fires, we can